Hey everyone, it's Paige. Welcome back to my channel. I'm back again today with another reading vlog. It's gonna be a 24-hour reading vlog. As you can see, I am starting this vlog in my library and I am in my little beanbag chair. I don't know what I'm gonna do today as far as reading goes. I have been in a bit of a slump and I'm thinking maybe I should make it a poll on Instagram. I've been thinking about reading The Whisper Man by Alex North. I got this forever ago and wanted to read it because I love horror, but I don't know if that's what I want to read. I'm indecisive. So I'm also looking at like Recursion by Blake Crouch. This was one I wanted to read a while ago. This is like science fiction thriller, and then I wanted to start Dune, but that feels like too much of a commitment right now when I'm just trying to get back into reading. I just don't know what I want to read. I definitely feel like I want to read a standalone. I feel like that's a good way to get back into things. Okay, so I posted on my Instagram a poll with the two options, The Whisper Man and Cemetery Boys by Something Thomas. But that could take a while for any real results to come out, so I am going to continue actually reading Jane Eyre. I started listening to the audiobook just very here and there. I haven't really gotten that far, so I'll read the physical copy that I have, and I'll be picking up, I think, in the middle of chapter 3. So I don't think this is like a book I will finish in this vlog, but I don't know, maybe I'll get really into it or something. I don't know, we'll see.
Slept in 7 years, been racing my gears, can't dream my fantasy, run free on TV. You have, I have.
So I'm on chapter 4 now, but I just wanted to show you that there's some illustrations in this book. If you've ever read Jane Eyre, I think this is an illustration of when she's called down to see Mrs. Reed a few months after the incident, I'll call it. It got cold, so I had to put this sweater on. And I also happened to cross this peanut butter that I will now consume. I think this is made for, you know, obviously squeezing it out and making like sandwiches and stuff like that. I'm just gonna eat it out of the container, which is what I have been doing. So far on the poll, The Whisper Man is winning, but I'm going to give it a full hour. Kind of getting into this. Like with any classic book, I read a little bit slower, but the story's kind of interesting, and I like Jane Eyre as a character. The poll is 73-27 with The Whisper Man in the lead. Have you ever heard of Jane Eyre?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? Have you seen the movie? I feel like maybe the adaptation that I saw starred that girl that played Alice.
Oh.
Yeah. Speaking of the girl who played Alice, we just watched Only Lovers Left Alive, right?
Mm-hmm.
The Alice girl. And I should know her name since I've seen her in so many things at this
Alice
point.
girl. That's right.
She was in that movie, which was surprising. Because the first time I had ever seen her in anything was Alice. And then, you know, the more movies I watched, I saw her in like Crimson Peak. Later, she's been in like a bunch of random stuff. I feel like every time I see her, I'm like, oh wow, it's that girl. It's the Alice girl.
It's Alice. It's the Alice girl.
I just keep getting new snacks. I have pretzel chips that I can put my peanut butter on, and I just ate half a peanut butter cookie. The poll is sort of evening out now, actually, but I feel like I'm gonna give it a little bit more time because I don't know if it's been an hour yet, so I'll give it some more time, continue reading this. As an update, Jane is now going to school. So she's being sent away. She had a very dramatic conversation with Mrs. Reed. Probably because it's set in like winter or something, but Mrs. Reed reminds me of like Scrooge. I don't know.
Go fix it instead. I think the best when I cannot breathe.
My goal for this library is to eventually get a bigger beanbag chair because I hang out in here a lot. Okay, so I'm about to finish chapter 5 of Jane Eyre, and I think I'm okay with putting this down and picking up the winner of the pool. So let's check what our results were. Our winner was the Whisper Man, but it got very, very close. As a heads up, I think we might be going to the mall later. We are actually, Troy and I are going to a party on tomorrow. It's a Roaring 20s party where we're dressing up like we are scene, emo, whatever. It's like that t-shirt that I wore in my last video that was like the Necromancer. The whole reason I got it and the reason I went to Hot Topic in the first place was because I was looking for something that I could wear. We're gonna go, I think, to the mall so that we can look for additional things like bracelets for Troy. Alright, so I'm going to mark my place in this book and call it a day, or at least for now. And we're gonna pick up The Whisper Man by Alex North. For a brief synopsis, this is obviously horror thriller. This follows a guy named Tom who, after the death of his wife, relocates to a new town with his son, and this town has a dark history with a serial killer that the residents used to call the Whisper Man because he would lure his victims out by whispering, I think, outside their windows at night. Several years pass since that like killing spree, and Tom and his son move in, and this boy disappears, and his disappearance seems very closely reminiscent of these like Whisper Man killings. This is, I believe, like 350 pages. I think a lot of like fall inspo, like Halloween aesthetic things have been popping up on like my social media, which makes sense. I mean, Halloween's like my favorite holiday, but I've been seeing a lot of it recently, and every time like stuff like that pops up for me, I get in the mood again to like read and watch spooky things. So I think that's why I'm in the mood for horror. Okay, just doing a little update. I'm about to move on to part 2 of this book. It's called September. I'm actually really impressed. I feel like this started off really strong, and I'm used to being disappointed with like thrillers and horror novels like this. There's definitely more of a focus on the police force side of this story than I thought there would be. I'm pretty positive that there is a supernatural like twist to this book, because the little boy has like imaginary friends like very vividly. Like he has a perspective in the book even though it's third person, and he reminds me of the kid from The Shining. I can't remember what his name is. Obviously it's something Torrance, but it's an interesting mix of like the supernatural and like real life crime, I guess. Kind of fun.
Alrighty, welcome to the Grill Daddies pilot episode.
We found out that this was a pretty neat way of making pork chops, because we're all pretty weird about like the fatty parts, but you know, we're aware that fat is kind of what makes things taste really good. So instead of opting for something that isn't fatty, we simply bake them and then grill them. I'm kind of obsessed with the taste of adobo. It's a staple of my life. Voila.
Okie dokie, so I'm gonna give an update here because Troy just finished grilling those pork chops and it is like 5:30 and I'm on page 128. So I'm making pretty good progress. I just did an update on Goodreads too, and the update was that this book is incredibly unnerving. Like, it's broad daylight, lights are on, sun is shining, and I am just feeling so uncomfortable. And I would say obviously like the true crime aspect of it is unnerving, obviously, because of the fact that this is crimes against children, but equally as unnerving are the supernatural scenes. This book reminds me of like a mixture of like The Shining and I'm Traveling Alone by Samuel Bjork. If you don't know what that is, it's like a crime thriller. There is a like killer who targets young children on their way home from school. It's pretty rare for me to feel scared by a book. I'm much more likely to feel like unnerved by a scary movie than I am a book, but this book is doing it really, really well. Like, really well. Anyway, let's go and eat some food. Okay, so I have finished, oh my god, I finished eating, both of us have, and I can't really go out dressed like I am. Like I should give you like an experience of how I'm dressed right now because it's interesting. I initially started out with, you know, just the sweatpants and the shirt, and then of course I added the black cardigan because I was cold, and then I added these Hulk socks, as you do, because I was cold. Okay, we're in the car now, and I mean, I basically just slipped on some jeans and sandals and stuff, and we have to run one errand, so Troy's doing that right now, and then we're going to the mall.
I'm not in the mood, but you'll be here soon. Everything feels wrong, guess we're just in a bad mood. Feeling broken hearted over something that never was. Never was, never was. Ooh, I thought it'd be me and you. Ooh, I guess it wasn't true. If I only knew what you put me through, I don't deserve this.
We're home again, and I don't think I told you anything on the video that I took on my phone, but this is actually peach milk tea. I've decided to move to the sitting room because my library beanbag chair is not very comfortable, so there's only a certain amount of time I can spend in it. I'm on page 132, and not quite halfway, but I've got a good chunk done.
Ooh, I thought it'd be me and you. Ooh, I guess it wasn't true. If I only knew what you put me through, I don't deserve this.
Well, I'm almost done with my book. I'm on 285. I only have this much left. But I have to take a break because Troy needs to be emo for tomorrow. Okay, so I'm going to push your cuticles back. It's not going to hurt you.
Be careful.
It's not going to hurt you.
It makes me uncomfortable. It's a huge thing for me. I don't like my nails or my cuticles being messed with.
Me to say I'm weak under your grasp, and my heart it won't last. No, my heart won't last. I thought it'd be me and you.
I'm done with the book. It's amazing. Definitely 5 stars. There was a huge, not a huge twist, but a pretty big twist at the end. No, I would say huge twist at the end. And it's definitely worth reading the whole thing to understand everything, because it all makes sense and it's really well put together. It's a really... The thing that I don't like about a lot of thriller novels is that they feel really drawn out sometimes. Like, I feel like in order to keep the right level of suspense, you have to kind of either make sure that the story has enough twists that it'll hold how long it is, or you make it as short as possible. And this book just had it's just the perfect length. It's not 11 yet, so I should probably start reading something else. But I don't know what. I'm not going to read The Cemetery Boys right now, just because since I'm reading these back to back, I feel like Cemetery Boys is just going to be too much of a difference, and it's going to feel weird, and I'm not going to like it automatically, and that doesn't seem fair to it or me. So I'm going to, and I actually forgot that I had this book that I hauled probably a few months ago, like in May. I am going to pick up The Silent Companions by Laura Purcell. I will read the synopsis to you. I'm super pumped about this book, and the fact that I forgot about it is insulting almost, because how did I forget? But this is about a newly widowed woman is sent to see out her pregnancy at her late husband's crumbling country estate. With her new servants resentful and the local villagers actively hostile, she has only her husband's awkward cousin for company. But inside her new home lies a locked door, beyond which is a painted wooden figure, a silent companion that bears a striking resemblance to the woman herself. The residents are terrified of the figure. Elsie tries to shrug this off as a simple superstition until she notices the figure's eyes start to follow her. This definitely seems more in the way of like supernatural horror, historical fiction, supernatural horror. And this is like 300 pages, so even shorter than the last one. So who knows what I could get done with the rest of tonight. Nothing like some strawberry milk on a Friday night at, what time is it? 11 o'clock, while you read a horror novel.
I guess it wasn't true. If I only knew what you put me through, I don't deserve this.
That's some free content right there.
What? Are you? Ow! Oh! I am 28 pages in. Interesting protagonist. She's almost like, she's a little bit bratty, which is weird. A little bit unfriendly. I'm tired. What's the point of this update? So I'm gonna go to bed, get my rest, and wake up and continue. Anyway, I'm gonna go to bed, and I will see you in the morning. Bye. Oh wait. Oh man, I look a little bit rough, but hi, it's the next morning. It's Saturday morning. It is not quite 9. So I'm gonna keep reading, obviously. See how far I get by the time that this 24 hours is over. For some reason, I don't know if it was the way I slept, but this side is doing something weird over here. I mean, it's all crinkled and whatever. And then this side, really straight. I don't know. That's my hair right there. You know, I liked the Whisper Man so much that I'm almost afraid that, like, this book is not gonna live up to it.
I know that you're afraid, it feels like every day things are slipping away, you're slipping away, and you think back to a time that you were lost. Thoughts disorganized, can't seem to dry your eyes, and chaos is collapsing from...
Okay, so I'm on page 66, and I'm really hungry. So I'm gonna go and look for food that I can consume.
You say that you're fine, but now you're out of time.
pumpkin coffee. I put some, I found like butter pecan creamer at Walmart. It's like Southern, I think it was Southern butter pecan. So I put that in here. Then I'm having my oatmeal, which I exploded in the microwave and then had to wipe off. So that's why it is now encased in a paper towel. I don't know about you guys, but like, I just can't seem to make oatmeal without making a mess. Alright, I thought I'd do a bit of an update. So I'm on page 111. It's about where I am. This is what I have done. So I'm not halfway, but I'm almost there. Currently, I wouldn't say that I'm super creeped out by it. Which, you know, isn't always like the point of books like these. Like, it's not always the point to be extremely uncomfortable the whole time. I do really enjoy like the historical aspect of it. So there is a new perspective set in the 1600s, and I'm actually, I wouldn't say I'm enjoying that perspective more than the perspective from the 1800s or the main perspective, but like I look forward to this new perspective. I think I'm just waiting for more information, but I'm enjoying the journey.
You should just suck it up and think back to a time that you were lost. Thoughts disorganized, can't seem to dry your eyes, and chaos is collapsing from your mind. You say that you're fine, but now you're out of time. Out of time.
Okay, I actually took a bit of a break because Troy brought home some Chick-fil-A. And my nose is running now because I had a spicy chicken sandwich. It is 1:41 and I am on page 204. So over halfway for sure. This is all I have remaining. But I should probably start getting ready. So, I don't know, should I do one of those like transformation things?
A scene transition scene.
Alright, so what I'm currently wearing, you know, your standard lounging around the house. We're gonna see how much I can transform. Yep. What do I even say? This is my outfit for the night. My hair is not probably what it's going to look like. I don't know how to style this specific scene type of hair, so my friend said that she would do it for me when I got to her house. Yeah, I got my Neko Fancer shirt that I had on in my last video, I think. Everything that I'm wearing, I just had. Like, I didn't buy anything except for the shirt. And then I have tights on, and these are actually the Harry Potter Deathly Hallows symbol. I think I got these probably like 5 years ago, I think. And then I had these like striped black and purple Halloween socks. You can actually see the pumpkins. I had these that I also never wore. So I put those on, I put the tights on, put the socks on, and then I had these black and white shoes. This is a bunch of jewelry that I scavenged together. And then I also just used like extra chokers that I had and wrapped them around my wrists just to, you know, have something. A bunch of necklaces that I have on. And then Troy dressed up. So Troy is wearing his purple Vans, his black skinny jeans. He bought a chain for this occasion and an Itachi shirt and a bunch of Naruto wristbands. I painted his nails. He got a beanie, and then I put eyeliner on him.
Yeah, I'm Dark Troy. I can't see myself at all because I don't have my glasses on.
I should probably take my glasses off. That's pretty lame. Here's my face without my glasses on, which I won't have on. Wait, should we do the kissy face? This is my sign off, and I feel like this vlog was very much necessary because I was so in a reading slump, and I feel like I'm not anymore. If you liked this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. If you don't already, follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Goodreads. You can also follow Troy on Instagram and Twitch. Hope you are having a great week, and I will see you back here very, very soon.